Today we are going to learn bar graph. What are bar graphs? How to read bar graphs and how to draw them. Are you ready to learn? Let us start learning. Let us learn how to read and draw bar graph. Have you seen charts like these on TV? You must have also come across diagrams like this in newspapers and magazines. What are all these things called? They are called charts or graphs. There are many different types of graphs. As you just had a look, we have bar graphs, line graphs and pie charts. The type of graph that you will use depend on the information that you have to share. What are the different things you can record in a graph? Graphs are used to convey information such as cricket scores, weather forecast, rainfall, literacy, population and many more such things. Now take a look at this graph. This graph is made up of bars, so it is called a bar graph. As you can see, all the bars have the same width and are equally spread from each other. However, each bar has a different height. It is the height of the bar that tells us its value. Here we know that this graph shows us the average runs that a batsman made each year. As you can see, the average is changed every year. You can quickly see how it is changed, how it is increased or decreased over the years. This is very easy way of analyzing information. Such a presentation of data is known as a bar graph or bar diagram. Do you think it's easy to analyze information presented like this? Yes, you can quickly say at a glance in which year the batsman had the best performance and which year his performance was poor. You do not have to search through a table and look for the highest and lowest values. So, you can already see how bars makes information simple for us. So, which was the performance of the batsman was the best? It was in 2002. And when was it the worst? In the next year 2003. Let's make sure how to read bar graph before we start diagram. Here we have a bar graph of career choices of teenagers. Observe this bar graph carefully and try to answer some questions based on this graph. Which career the teenagers prefer the most? Here we have to look for the bar which is the tallest, that is engineer. Now we have to see the numbers on the top of that bar left hand side on y-axis, which is 30. So that is our answer. Similarly, in which career did the least number of teenagers prefer? So we look for the bar which is the shortest, it is lawyer. Now we are sure we know how to read a bar. Let us now study how to draw a bar graph. We are drawing a graph. What do we need? Graph paper. So here is a graph paper for us to draw a bar graph. Here you can see some bold and some faint lines. Bold lines shows a certain big unit. This unit is divided into smaller units, which are shown by faint lines. In this graph paper, there are 10 lines between two 1 centimeter lines. So that 1 centimeter length is divided into 10 parts. Then each part is one segment 1 millimeter wide. Depend on which graph paper you use. The grid formed by these lines make it easy to select a suitable scale and draw columns of the proper height. Next, what do we do now? We have to draw our axis, the x-axis and the y-axis. Take a ruler and pencil. Draw a line with arrow on both the sides and label it. Near lower edge of the paper, horizontal line drawn as a base is called x-axis, and a line perpendicular to the x-axis is drawn on the left side of the paper is called y-axis. The point where x-axis and y-axis intersect is the origin. Understand, the items about which the graph is to be drawn are taken on the x-axis at equal distance from each other. The number related to each item is shown above it by a vertical column. This column is parallel to y-axis and of the proper height according to the chosen scale. So, we are set to draw the graph, but we need some data to construct a graph. This table tells us the marks Rita obtained in the final exam in 4 subjects. So, we are going to draw bar graph based on this information. Now, we have to decide what to mark on which axis. Usually, we take a quantity that we have to compare on the y-axis and the fixed charges on the x-axis. So, let us mark the x-axis as a subjects and y-axis as marks. Now, we can move on to the next step. Since we have to plot the marks, let us take a careful look at the marks in the table. As you can see, they are all multiples of 10 and the range is between 50 to 90. So, we have to pick a scale that marks can be plotted properly on the y-axis. Since there are no marks below 50, we can start from 40 and go on in jumps of 10 marks for 1 centimeter. So, that is our scale. 1 centimeter is equal to 10 marks. This is our scale on y-axis. And then we write the names of the subjects on the x-axis. When you mark subject on the x-axis, make sure the distance between subjects and the distance of the first subject from the y-axis is all the same. Now, let us start drawing the bars. We start from the first subject, that is Hindi. Since marks obtained are 60, we draw a rectangle on Hindi that reaches up to level 60 on the y-axis. Same way, mark all the subject marks appropriately. Make sure you take a suitable thickness for the rectangles so that the graph looks alright. Use the same thickness for all other rectangles. That makes our graph. Now, don't forget, every graph has to have a title. So, what title can we give this graph? We can call this is Rita's marks. Let us now draw another graph with this data. In the center, write the title. Draw the x and y axis. Label it x and y. Write the names of the plants on the x-axis at equal distance. The number of plants on the y-axis, 1 centimeter is equal to 10 plants. Write scale on the top right corner. Draw a bar of appropriate height above the name of each plant on the x-axis. Once we have done with the graph, always check every bar in the graph should be of equal width. The distance between bars should be equal and all bars should be of appropriate height. Now we can say our graph is ready. Always remember, a graph should always be drawn to scale. Scale should be written on the upper right corner of the graph paper. The width of column or bars can be any suitable width, but all columns in the same graph should have the same width. The distance between columns and distance of first column from origin should always be the same. The x and y axis have to be marked with the quantities that are being plotted on them. I am sure you must have understood the concept of bar graph.
As I always say, maths requires practice. To take out the graph paper and practice bar graph.
All the best, students. If you understand the concept, write that comments in the comment box and hit the like button. Share with your friends. There is lot more in upcoming